Maz was just that girl. Everyone has that girl at uni where we're all in trainers and dresses. She'll be in heels
and a blazer.
That pink blazer.
I feel like I had to really go through that to really learn and understand.
Yeah.
And when I did go through that, it was no question. Like I was so ready to like apologize and say, "Nah, guys, like this is not it. Like, would you take me back?"
I don't necessarily believe people need to go to the biggest people to be signed and to be given another step, because from us being in the industry, we see big people go to these big organizations and they leave in a month or two.
One Extra presents Pressed.
Hi guys, it's your girl Adeola Patronne. You know the vibes already.
Hey guys, it's me, Mariam Musa, your Miss Unproblematic, and welcome back to the Press Podcast.
I'm really excited for this episode because we have two special guests in the building. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. Go on, guys.
Hi everybody, I'm Tina Tequila. I wouldn't want to be ya.
I like that.
Okay. That's fine.
She started very high.
Hi guys, I'm Ruby, queen of PR babe, PR top notch. Never worry about anything when I'm around.
Okay, so guys, I'm really looking forward to this conversation today. But why don't you, Maz, introduce how you guys actually know each other?
Okay,
for
cool.
our viewers.
So to our viewers and our listeners, a lot of you guys will know that I was under for a long time of my career with a company called Vamp, and these are the co-founders. But before that, they were the co-founders of Vamp. They were my friends, and we're pretty much going to have a nice open conversation about, you know, working with friends, our journey, and, you know, stories along the way. And Adeola is going to basically mediate it. So I'm a bit nervous.
So how did you guys end up working together? Because you lot were like the first black talent management. Or would you say
dedicated?
PR?
Yeah. Dedicated talent management. Yeah, black talent management, yeah.
Because I remember I saw when you lot came out and I was like, wow, this is sick. And they got Mariam Musa, like I really want to be with them. So how did the whole conversation start?
How I remember it was this. So
I think we have different stories.
This is how I remember it. You guys, we were at uni and we were by the library, and it was you, Ruby, and Rumbi, and you guys was like, Maz, guess what? We've started our own agency. And I was like, oh my God, wow. And then you guys called it Vamp. And then I feel like you guys said to me one day, Maz, like you should be doing YouTube, like you should be doing this, like we want to manage you.
Oh, so you wasn't even on YouTube yet?
No.
So what made you think for her to do YouTube?
Maz was just that girl. Everyone has that girl at uni where we're all in trainers and dresses. She'll be in heels
and a blazer.
That pink blazer. And you guys would have seen the pictures, I'm sure. And like full face of makeup, hair. Like we were cute, but like Maz was like that girl.
Wow.
And like
Maz stayed ready.
and people always used to ask her like how do you do your makeup? How do you do your hair? We used to ask her. And so like this was really the early stages of like the YouTube boom.
Yeah, and then I remember you uploaded the video and then it got like 500,000.
Yeah, the highlight.
Yeah.
That's like iconic, will go down in history.
Yeah, forever and ever.
And you did production, so you got all the good cameras,
everything.
Yeah,
I had a bit of advantage. Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
And so we were like, yeah, Maz, you need to start YouTube. Like that's rather than people asking you all the time, you can just direct them.
And they would always ask me to do their makeup. Like you lot don't understand. Like
I
loved my friends, but you know, on a night out, like I'd have to get ready about 5 hours before so I could make sure I got them.
Can I say something? Because I feel like you're gonna forget. Rue was your assistant for a bit. Remember your makeup assistant? Remember you did?
Oh my God, because you would do the lashes.
I did the lashes.
And I think you even had bookings. Remember when we started managing you started doing people's makeup? That's how it all began. You were doing makeup.
Was that all part of the, you was getting her clients type?
Yeah. I feel like you guys
or like people would ask her like, and then I'd go.
And then you got sick of it because you were like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, she hated it.
I hated it. Like I don't have to explain it. Doing people's makeup, like I love it for like families and friends. I love making them look beautiful. But I think I'm such a perfectionist, and some people are really difficult. And I feel like you have to be really into makeup. Like I love makeup, but I'm not that into it where I can actually go and do people's makeup as much.
Yeah.
Wow.
But how did we actually meet as friends though? Because that's what I was thinking.
Was it in uni?
Yeah,
uni. We went to Coventry.
Back.
COV.
Thank you.
COV what?
Oh my god, I just remember.
What was
when
your lot's one?
COV.
What? COV
I think I liked it. I don't even remember mine. I think mine was like Hurts something, but I don't know. Hurts? I don't know. But COV was the spot.
Yeah, definitely. We had a good time.
When Vamp started managing Mariam, were you guys like friends for a while before that?
Yeah.
Or was
Yeah,
it-
yeah.
oh,
We were friends for like 2 years.
Yeah.
2-3 years. At that
2-3
point.
years, yeah, because it was in third year of unis when it
Yeah.
really started, and
Yeah.
I know you guys from
From before then. Yeah, from first year.
Yeah, from first year basically.
And she was the first talent you ever signed. How long was that for? And what was that experience like the first time you guys started managing?
Do you know what the problem is? Like, we didn't know what we were doing. Nobody knew what they were doing.
Winging it.
So, these are, how was it? I don't know.
It was all right.
And I feel like there wasn't that many management. I didn't really know
No.
management was a thing back then. So
Yeah.
what made you guys think?
I think, I don't know. I guess my background, like PR, like I know everyone has like a publicist and I know everyone has like a management team. And I used to work in
Okay.
music as well. So I know that everyone has a team. So I was like, Mariam needs we need to be her team to like handle stuff for her because we're all really big believers in doing what you do best and allowing other people to do what they do best.
Yeah.
And like Maz was not the most organized.
Oh, I like the word.
Yeah, because you're very organized now. And so, but we're quite organized and we're like really inner. Like we make sure we know what's going on with certain things, and like I'll happily send 1,000 emails, and like the girls are like the same. So I think that was
You go harder if it's your friend as well.
Yeah, true.
I really do believe that though.
Yeah.
I do.
So yeah.
So how long was you guys managing Maz? Because obviously I saw you were with them and it looked really lit. And then all of a sudden you left the first time. What was that experience like? And why? And what was going through your mind? Like what made you?
Okay.
Okay,
you were
wait.
there
Let's answer
first.
the first question.
Yeah.
How many years in was it?
Yeah.
Was it like
4?
3 or 4? Yeah, it's about 3 or 4 years. So what happened was they'll manage me for 3 to 4 years. So I just finished uni, and then I was still working at the same time, like doing my retail job. And then I had this really amazing opportunity to go on Survival of the Fittest. And when I came back from Survival, when you come out of those kind of shows, they basically give you like a list of management that can further your career. So in that moment, in that moment, I think I was just very much like, I want to do this. I want to do TV. I want to go all the way. And I feel like I guess I was really gassed. I was excited. I felt like I can do so many good things. And I felt like at that time, those agencies would be the ones to do that, because obviously we hadn't dived into that yet.
Yeah.
And you know, when you come out, it's all, you know, when they say everything's like glittery and gold, it was literally that for me. And then that's when I decided to leave, just so that I can just, you know,
Can we
become
paint
a
the scene though?
superstar.
Let's paint the
Yeah,
scene.
like,
Paint the scene.
what
So
was it
what
like?
happened was
Yeah,
we
what
went
was it like
to...
for you?
We went to one restaurant.
I know
my
what restaurant it was.
God, okay, yeah.
And then you
What's the
walked in with your new man, your new
Yeah.
shiny
Man.
man.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, was that what, with the man as well? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you both came out together.
Yeah,
And they had just come back from a meeting with that agency.
Yeah.
And he had just signed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, we want to sign you.
Yeah, because
Right.
it's easier when you come out of a show when you're
Like,
a
as a
couple.
couple,
Yeah, it's just
yeah.
easier. Yeah.
So she came. And did we know? Did we have a feeling? I can't remember.
No, I just
No,
know
we
we-
didn't. Do
You
you know
didn't
why I
have
know
a
we didn't?
feeling.
Because we did the most
That's what I was
prep
about to say. We did this mad
spreadsheet of
of, like-
all the brands that had got in touch, because we were running her socials while
Yeah,
she was
yeah,
away. Had all the brands that had got in contact, all the brands we had got in contact with, and it was a mad
And then like the
spreadsheet.
amount of money as well.
Yeah,
that
the
we were gonna
money,
make.
like, yeah, everything, like when the shoots were going to be, like, we had really, like, gone above and beyond. And, like, as Maz said, we hadn't really gone into that realm of things yet, but we made sure we learned while she was away. And so, yeah, we were not expecting anything.
And then she told us,
Yeah.
and we were like, oh.
Yeah, so I told them that I had a meeting with another agency and how I was really keen on them. And then I think that's when you guys showed me the spreadsheet, and I felt so bad. Like, I felt so bad. But I just felt like, I don't know, I think in that moment, I just didn't really, is it bad? But I just was just so focused on what I wanted to do.
Television,
And
yeah.
like, I am the type that's very much like, oh, my friends. In that moment, I just thought, no, I'm going to go
You had
for
your
it.
new
Like,
man.
Yeah, like, you
And like
know,
we,
yeah.
I think we kind of got it because
Yeah.
we know how they probably framed it to you as
Yeah,
well.
definitely. Yeah,
like
yeah.
it makes sense for you guys to be managed together,
Yeah.
which it absolutely doesn't.
Yeah.
Like in hindsight, I think
Yeah.
anyone like who's been on like a reality show will tell you like it's not a good idea to be signed to the same management. But also I know like, yeah, they would have been like, we've worked with these people, but like we know how these agencies
And
are.
also it was an interesting time because like you were one of the not the first, but like black people on reality shows wasn't
Still
really a thing when you were
new
on
in
there.
the- yeah.
You went through your experiences being on there as well. So
Yeah.
it's like, I think at the time we kind of knew that they wouldn't be able to service you in the way that they could service, obviously,
we could.
other
Yeah.
talent.
Yeah, and I think I actually really realised that in the period, because it would just be things that I was just thinking, this isn't really me. Like, this is not what I want to do as much. So I feel like I had to really go through that to really learn and understand.
Yeah.
And when I did go through that, it was no question. Like, I was so ready to like apologise and say, no, guys, like this is not it. Like, would you take me back?
Yeah.
And
Did that affect your friendship though?
I feel like mine and yours the most.
Yeah.
Because I feel like me and Ruby had like I feel like the girls, like the three of you together, I think me and you have more of a connection in the sense of like we just are very similar. I'll stay at your house, like the way things we open up about, like we're very like bonded like that. So I think for Ruby it was like Ramaz, like out of everyone, like how can you just talk to me? So I get it. Yeah.
It was my first experience in the mishap of friendship and business. Like, that was the first time I'd experienced it, and I was like, and I remember I was really upset. Like when the day it happened, I didn't show my upset because I think I was shocked. Tina, that was probably the first time I've ever seen Tina emotional.
What did that get
cried.
upset?
You cried.
What, there and then in front of her?
you?
Is it?
I had to carry on talking because you got I had to carry on talking, and I think I was just in the moment. I rarely cry in those moments. It's normally late, I'm bawling. So I was just so like straight face, and I was like, okay, cool. I was like, all right.
I cried too though. Like after I felt really like I cried that night as well when I was talking to him about it. Yeah, so everyone was crying.
It was very
because
emotional.
do you know what was for me?
Because you lot basically started together.
Yeah, and I felt like a lot of pressure. You know when it's like I felt so much pressure, and then on top of it, it was like I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes you just feel like I don't want to miss this moment. Like when will all these people want me? When will I get to really try this? And I think I chose to kind of pick that over.
But it was a new moment. I think after.
We definitely forgot it.
Yeah, we understood it after. I think at the time, I don't remember crying, but people said so maybe I didn't cry. But then after, I think I kind of got over it quite quick.
Yeah.
I think the toughest part is because we were all still friends, we're in the same friendship group.
Yeah.
Like, I think later on that week, we had planned a surprise party for her. And I was planning it with Steph. And I was just like...
that was the real...
It was hard. That was hard.
And did you still do the party?
Yeah. But it was just...
Friendship. So I have like a strong opinion on talent and management. I don't necessarily believe people need to go to the biggest people to be signed and to be given another step, because from us being in the industry, we see big people go to these big organizations and they leave in a month or two, you know? And when you talk to them about their feedback, it's a different type of experience that they've experienced. Because you got to remember, like, we're coming from a perspective as black, like black managers managing black talent. So I'm a strong believer in family and friends. Like, I'm still going to believe in it till now, because biggest example, Stormzy, like, his whole team is his friend. Like, his sister, I think she DJs for him sometimes, but he's got his main DJ as well. Also, his team are just family and friends. Like,
Same with Jay Huss.
Yeah, Jay Huss.
Like,
There's so many people that it's just important to surround yourself with people that love you and want the best for you. Because when shit hits the fan, or when people leave, because we've had, remember certain experiences where certain talent go to big management companies, get signed, and the person that signed them leaves, and they're just there like...
And the only reason they signed was because of that person.
Yeah.
So Maz, you know, when you left, what was the moment that you thought, oh my gosh, like I actually miss a Vamp? Like, what was the difference that you thought that you felt like, oh my gosh, this agency is better for me?
I think I realised when, first of all, it was the money. I was like, what is this?
Like, I thought I'd be making more.
No, it wasn't even that, like what? It's not even a comparison. Like, make it make sense. It didn't make sense. And then my pride was like, okay, let me wait a bit longer. My pride. was like,
So you stretched it out a bit before.
Yeah, because obviously, like, don't get me wrong, like I can own my shit. Like, there's one thing about me, I own if I've done something wrong, especially when I really deep it. It might take a minute, but I do. So in that moment, I think I really wanted to do so well, because I felt like, oh my God, I've kind of risked my friendship here. I need to at least make sure it was worth something. Because what was the point then? Because the whole point of it is because I'm leaping because I think this is going to do this, and I'm so passionate about, you lot know how passionate I am about work and like getting things done and whatever. So I couldn't, in that moment when I realised, I think it was within the first 2 weeks, I already realised.
What?
Yeah.
2 weeks?
Really? How long was I? I don't
Did they
think I was
even set up
gone for
an
that
email
long.
yet?
Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it wasn't that long.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I don't feel like it was that long.
I don't remember.
What,
I don't know
that
how
she
long
came back?
Maybe you were gone like
Maybe
3 months.
Oh my
4 months.
gosh, I thought it was, so it wasn't
No, it wasn't that long.
3 months.
It was
Yeah,
like a
okay,
few months.
Maybe not.
Maybe like
the
6 months
first-
max.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it was way shorter than 6 months. Yeah, so I think it was obviously that, and then I kind of just missed the like I said, the friendship, like they will go far and beyond for me. And I feel like we had that. Ruby, you'd always come with me everywhere. You would always help me get content. And if I'm not feeling good, Ruby would be like, Maz, you can do it. Like she really pushed me. And I love that about like working them with the other managers. It was a bit more like, this is a collab, this is it. And do you know when I knew I effed up?
You know that post I done?
So there was a post. What was the story behind that post?
I don't know why. Guys, I don't even know what to
For context.
Yeah,
guys.
you remember? You know the post you're talking about?
I remember exactly where I was when someone sent it to me.
So oh my God, I would send it to you too, don't worry. So basically we were, back in the day, this is, if you not really know me from them times, yeah, back in the day, I was in a relationship and we were getting loads of like hate, like racist hate because I was with a white guy, I'm black. So was horrible. So then our management at the time, they wanted us to raise awareness.
Oh wait, I didn't even know that they had their hands in this.
Yeah, it was my idea.
So that was to raise awareness.
Just kind of like, just like a
like,
shut
F
up.
you.
Yeah, like if you lot have a problem kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Which is not a problem.
Yeah.
But I think it was what we wrote, which was the problem. We said something about black coffee, white coffee, panda white. It was just,
Yeah.
it was
Funny to me because
invite-
I've known you for being a coffee queen because you used to work at one of the coffee shops.
Yeah.
So when you did it, I was just like, this is so Mariam. I didn't even know it wasn't your.
Yeah, but it was like
I was
they made us do something. I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like blah blah blah.
And at that time as well, I don't think I was very, I was just living. Like I was so in love. Like
Going
I didn't
with the
even,
flow.
going with the flow. And then, that's when after that, I was a bit like, wait, this is a bit much. Like why am I doing that? Like, and I always, because I was so used to just trusting you guys and expecting every management to have that kind of like
best interest.
And I don't think they did that. I don't think they did that on like to make me look bad.
Yeah,
they
but
just
you
didn't
didn't
get
know.
it. They
Yeah.
just,
All the way through.
yeah, and I feel like I realised, like on top of them being like black women, they're my friends as well. So they just got it. So those are little things that I was like, yeah.
So what was that like on you lot's perspective? Like, so Mariam now wants to return back to Vamp. Obviously, you lot were really hurt. So what was aside from a friendship point of view and business-wise?
So can I say something?
Yeah.
I feel like I personally always forgive Mariam. Like, you know that also. Always. Even if you think I'm such a hard,
and it's so
but she always
shocking.
comes to me. Like always comes to me first.
Did I come to you first or was it Rumby? I feel like I came to
No,
Rumby.
you went to Rumby first.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think, like, I think I'm always the forgiving one. I'm just like, yeah, let's just do it.
Ruby was hard.
Yeah,
I know,
Ruby was
I know.
like that.
Why was you hard about
It
it?
was definitely the friendship thing. I
Okay.
just felt
hurt from the friendship
Yeah, I
side.
just felt hurt.
I get it.
And I think, again, like it was the first time I'd had that kind of friendship business, like,
Dynamic.
incident. So I was just hurt. And it was my mum. You have to thank my mum. My mum asked me to forgive and
She's
forget.
always making the best decisions. For
Yeah.
me.
She asked me to forgive. She's like, oh, she said she's sorry. Yeah, she made a mistake, blah, 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 blah. As a Christian, I said,
I had to like
Yeah.
work hard for Ruby's loyalty and love again. Like, oh my
Wow.
God.
What did Rumby say?
Rumby was the
like-
easiest, I think.
Yeah.
Rumby kind of like, I just spoke to Rumby first and I just was honest, like, because I think I got to a stage where I was able to accept where I effed up and I knew where I went wrong, but also I learned a lot from there and it made me really appreciate you guys more and made me want to really work so
I just
hard
thought,
for
yes.
you guys.
Now we can make some money.
Do you guys feel like you would have taken her back if she wasn't like such a long-term friend prior? Like, let's say this
Oh,
was a
good
talent,
question.
that just
I'm not
signed
gonna lie,
anyway. No?
no. Not for me, anyway. So I don't know about you.
I probably would have.
Yeah, she probably would. So then, okay, if I was outnumbered, then yeah.
Because we have this
Yeah.
thing, because there's three of us, so it's like if one person, majority wins. all the
Majority
time.
wins. So if I lose, I lose. But if the friendship wasn't there, probably not.
Do you know what though? Like, I just need to talk about the good times.
Yeah.
There was
You
like
lot
a
had
lot
some
of
good
good
times.
times.
Exactly.
Good times.
And
As
like,
in-
I think it's good to have the context to
Yeah.
explain
Yeah.
how it might have affected
Yeah.
what kind of friendship
Yeah.
we had.
Because I just think, like, I remember when you messaged me when we got Forbes 30 under 30 and you were like, oh, congratulations to that. And I was like, without you, Maz, we wouldn't have done this.
Yeah, you lot
Do
made
know what I
history
mean?
together.
Amen.
Yeah, it's true. We did.
Exactly.
And we had like ignore the work stuff. Like we had lit nights.
No,
like,
we enjoyed
the
it.
mischief we
Exactly.
got up to. Like honestly,
Like
really
what?
Like, for example, Mariam had the first apartment out of our team. So out of our whole
Okay.
squad,
Always at my house.
Mariam had the
Yeah.
first, even though she'd be vexed, everyone would never clean. I
Or
definitely didn't
leave.
clean
No,
after
they
myself.
wouldn't leave.
She would send messages in the chat. I just feel like
just
you
feel
lot
like,
don't
yeah,
want to ever
just-
clean up after. Anyway, we still had a really good time. We did Ruby's birthday there.
Yeah, my
we just
birthday
did so
party, yeah.
much there.
Yeah, you lot looked really lit. I
We had
wanted
so-
to be.
And the Vamp trips, babe, were amazing. I wish you were part of that because honestly,
Same, man.
that
But they
I
didn't
got
want
ready
me.
there.
But they didn't want me
Don't try that.
anyway.
But yeah, and like we had so much fun. Like obviously we're in a big friendship group with all our girls, so like we always have fun. But then like going back to the work stuff, like a lot of the stuff we did felt more than just work because like when we had big wins, so like we secured
The collab.
a massive collab
A
with
massive clothing
with
collab.
a
Fast
fast
fashion.
fashion brand, a top fast fashion brand, and Mariam was the first Black influencer to do a collection in the UK with a fast fashion brand, and that was such a massive thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Well, it's
being
getting
able to do that, like I remember that day. Were you at the house? I was at your house
Yeah, you were.
when it
Yeah, it was
launched.
you and Steph.
Yeah.
But what was that whole like behind the scenes of that? Was that something you was trying for a long time
Oh,
and then you
absolutely.
went to
every,
man?
single, every single person, we've got a fast fashion collab for big.
for.
It's not no small.
Yeah.
Ain't no
it happened
small
like this.
thing.
Obviously, Maz worked hard. Like Maz worked hard, but there's so much that goes behind the scenes.
So was it
Yeah.
all part of a strategy? Like
Yes,
Yeah.
we were plotting this for about 2 years.
Yeah.
About 2 like hardship, messaging. Like there was a specific guy at that brand who I used to message
Yeah, I know
all
you're talking
the
about.
time.
Yeah.
Like we do everything
And also, this is why on top of that, like the friendship element makes a difference because they would make like business-wise, I'd be like, oh, why am I do this for free? Or why do I have to do this favor? But I would always feel like, why have I always got to go more far and beyond? But it always like made sense
Yeah,
for
at the
the
end, it
collection.
exactly.
Yeah.
And like for us, it's always like we're not going to get any of our talent to do something, especially if it's unpaid or especially if there isn't any sort of financial gain in the initial part of it, because we're not getting money either.
Yeah.
So why we're only going to
That's
do
the
it if we
most
feel like
important
it
thing.
makes sense, if
And
we
then-
can see the end goal.
Exactly, just to talk to the creators who are listening, like if your management are asking you to do things that you probably feel like, oh, they're making me work for free, or you're going to just think about the bigger picture, and maybe what you can do is just ask them, what
Like,
is the
what
bigger
is-
picture here?
exactly,
Like
yeah.
try and understand it more before you push back.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like as a business, we have to make money. So if we're
Yeah.
asking, and even when we're saying we're asking you guys to do stuff for free, we're also having to facilitate it for free. And we're like, but we're a business. We have, salaries to pay for. We have overheads, but it's all part of the bigger picture, the bigger strategy. So that collab was like, 2 years grafting.
In the making.
And then, like Maz worked so hard, we worked so hard. So when it happened, like that is definitely one of my biggest
same.
moments in
That's
my
my
career.
biggest.
And you know what was the maddest moment? The biggest moment of our friendship, well, that's a bit dramatic. One of the,
But this
one
is
of the
a
moments
key moment.
was when, with your ex.
Okay, which one?
So I think...
Because we go way back. We go way back.
Well, I remember when you guys were together once, and you said that you spoke to what was
It's
it?
when you
again?
found out. It's when you found out.
Was it the second time or the first time?
The one that we knew about, because you didn't tell us the first one, remember?
Oh yeah, no one knew
Yeah.
about the first one. Okay,
It
yeah,
was the second
time,
one.
Yeah.
And basically, I had been with Maz.
the second cheating scandal, just for context.
Yes,
Is that what
thank
we're
you.
talking
Yeah,
about?
sorry, yeah. And so I'd been with Maz for that day. We were doing a collab or something. And then she was going home to get her stuff. And I was going home to get my stuff so that we could meet up again, stay at our hotel, because we were going to the launch of a massive brand launch at... Do you remember? Like it was a big, big brand
Oh
launch,
my
yeah. But it was
God,
launching at the store at 6 a.m. It was really early. So we had a car booked for like 5. And basically, Maz called me crying, told me. So I met her on the train. She's crying on the train. We get back to the hotel and we call the girl
Yeah.
that the cheating scandal had been with. And we stayed on the phone to her till like literally like 4 a.m. Like exchanging like notes with this girl. Yeah.
About what happened.
And then, bless her, like, we had like an hour sleep. And then, like, I remember in the car, you made the decision to like put a post up quickly just so that people wouldn't ask you like about him at the event or throughout the day.
Once we knew I was posting it, there was no going back.
That was
like,
it.
it's
Exactly.
done.
Yeah. And so I had to give her like a pep talk in the car. Like, I know you don't want to go to this, but like, we're going to go for like 30 minutes, get her over and done with, and then you can go handle your sheens, which you did.
So I had to put my poker face on, work, and
really well.
And I remember that day, everyone was like, how is he? And I was like, yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
I just had to keep it vague, like, it's good, like, if you see
Yeah,
it,
you
you've
were-
seen it, if
yeah,
you
you
haven't.
did
you're
I
well.
feel
good.
like times like that is really important when you're actually friends with your management, because that's more of an emotional support as well.
Because they will kind of expect you, like, he wasn't my husband, do you know what I mean? Like, they would expect you to, all right, get on with it. And that's what it's like in work anyways. Like, if I'm going through something, someone's going through something, they have to put a brave face on and get on with it and deal with it when I get home.
And I'll never forget when we went to pull up at the crib and we got all your stuff, remember?
Oh my
Me
God.
and Rumbi came from Coventry. We drove in my car.
Wow.
And then you came.
And then I came. I got
You
a van. I got one of our boys, our
come in a
common
van.
friends, to rent a van.
Yeah.
We drove up all the way to. Can we say the place?
Yeah, Gloucester.
It was far,
It
like
was
a
like-
4-hour
yeah,
journey,
it's far.
and that's friendship. I can't lie. That's different friendship over management.
yeah.
That's
different
more
friendship.
than work at this point.
And it literally, it got, we were being calm when we were moving all my stuff, and then one of his siblings came to the house and she was just switching for no reason, like no reason whatsoever. And then the Rumbi was like,
What's up?
Yeah.
Like, on the stairs, like, come on, like, it was mad. And you know when you're just packing,
I'll never forget that day, ever forget that day. Like, I was at my lowest, and I felt so like I just packing my whole life, like I just felt so dumb, like, and then they really helped me, like I'm really grateful.
Packed it up and
we left, and then they helped me move into storage, like it was a lot.
But
and then you had to find a new apartment, and that was like unexpected expenses.
And it was like know, it's like going home with all the stuff I had already built in that house with my ex. It was just like there's no space, so that kind of kicks me to move out. So I moved out, and
and then we had to really like think of ways to make money.
Because I have to do 6 months up front, babe.
So we worked
and that was
hard,
the most.
boy.
I think that was the most I'd ever like paid out, because I think
in one go.
Yeah, in one go. So I was like,
probably made bare money at that period.
Yeah.
Like when you got your head screwed on, like after it, you just went.
Maybe.
Man.
That's how I break up sometimes. Just be making so much money.
Yeah.
Sometimes you lose weight, sometimes you...
Hey Peaches, so if you're enjoying this episode, you already know you can listen to this on BBC Sounds with a new episode out every Friday. Now, let's get back to the video. This is the press hotline. But we're going to move on.
Oh, what is that the first?
This is
that was just the first segment.
Okay.
Wow.
So we're going to move on to the hotline. So you lot know the hotline, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Hi guys, it's me, Rumbi, your old manager. Surprise! Okay, so I have got a question, and it's around how do you guys think the relationship between manager and the influencer should be? Do you guys think or believe or feel like, as my manager, you essentially just work for me, bring me the roles, bring me the jobs, bring me the opportunities, and I'll figure out the rest? Or do you guys feel like, as my manager, you should have more of an input in my strategy and what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing, my growth, and it's a two-way street?
You guys tell me, you're the one that managed me for like 7 years.
I think we were very inner in your business, but the problem is we were inner because
we're friends.
Yeah.
So they were
hard.
part of it, and I actually like that, because I feel like that's why I feel like I achieved so many things, just because you guys were part of every part of the journey. Certain things you'll be like, as maybe not, and I'm like, actually, yeah, you're right. And if I'm doing stuff, I just let them know, because I'd rather them know than not know.
Yeah.
Do you know what
like
I
when
mean?
you moved into your crib, I don't know if we got gifting for stuff, did we?
Yeah, you guys got
Yeah,
me
we
gifts.
did.
Yeah, like literally, like that. I feel like that's the whole point of management is not that the whole point, but you're meant to make things easier.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that is a
And
massive
if
thing.
and my life is quite chaotic, guys. I know if you've noticed. So if someone is a helping hand that can help, then why not? Especially if that's part of their job as well. So I'll just always update my management. Oh, by the way, even when I started swimming lessons, my old management, I let them know so they wouldn't book me in on certain times swimming. Yeah, I need to go back to it because I finished my first set.
Oh,
so.
maybe I'll join.
Yeah, like I
remember I used to do swimming lessons
Yeah,
when I stopped.
you're the one who even told me to do it.
Adeola, can you swim?
I think I can. Like sometimes I can, but it's like I just need a quick refresher in the water, and then I'll be okay. I just need to not panic.
Yeah, that's the big thing. about
Yeah, it's
swimming.
the confidence.
Yeah, I just about float.
I think with content creators and influencers, there's always a reason why things happen. Like I think there's always some sort of miscommunication in what had happened, and I think it's important to look back and know what you did wrong.
Yeah.
Because we're not perfect. Like we've had talent come in, talent come out, and I know in looking back we could have done things in a better way. But also, I just need to say that like sometimes we're human beings.
Do you know what I mean?
We get it. Like,
You kind of forget those sometimes.
yeah,
And
like
I
you
learned.
don't understand how.
easy to forget.
Yeah, it can be so difficult. Like getting a message in the morning, like the anxiety you feel when your client is messaging you because you ain't the only client. There's other things that you wake up that you know you need to do. So like, there's people like messaging you and yeah, it's just,
And I think
it can be difficult.
Definitely, I think where we're a new business, well, we were considered a new business and we still are kind of in our somewhat infancy. We're only 6 years in. Some of these bigger agencies have been around for 20 years. And they get a blind on so many things. But for us, I don't know whether it's because there's a familiarity or whether it's because we're black. I don't know what it is, but we get a lot of slack, like a lot. And we get it right. We're not perfect. We make mistakes. But I think, people forget that we are human and then we've got stuff going on personally. We've got other projects that we're working on, but we always try to always put time in. Obviously, the word management sounds like you're managing, but when the actual job role comes down to it, you're an assistant, you're a therapist, you're a PA, photographer. You do so many different things.
Sometimes
publicist,
Dog walker.
Sometimes you be like that.
all of those things. And so with that, there could be a feeling of like management work for the talent.
Yeah.
But it should be both ways. It should be both ways from the get-go to the end. And so I feel like once that's established and you have a common goal, then I feel like it can work when like maybe not too many emotions are involved.
Yeah.
Can I say something while you're here, while you're on this point?
Yes.
Comparison. So in that, I feel like in the creator industry, there's a lot of comparison. I think you can create a strategy with an influencer that you're going to be on, we're going to make a podcast, and that could be like a 6-month strategy. In that second month, beef kicks off. You're wondering what happened. It's because their favourite content creator is now on an online show on YouTube. And now it's your fault that they haven't got on the show. And
Even though the focus is the podcast that they said they wanted to do, by the way.
And you're in development, you're talking about it, you're making it happen for them. But it's just that I think it's important to, which goes on to what my thing is. Wait, did you finish saying what you
No,
said?
go.
So my thing is communication. I think it's important to always communicate. I think if you see something that you want your management to do, send it to them.
Yeah.
Like, just
And
be
explain.
like, I know we're focusing on me making a podcast right now, but I've just seen Adeola do a show for channel for
Is this
for
something
BBC.
that we can
Is there
see in my
something-
future anytime soon? Like, have that open
Who do I need to talk
communication.
to?
Yeah, don't compare. Just don't compare. You can get inspo. Inspiration is great, but yeah, you can't compare because you are you for you, and that person is them for them, and they have their audience for them, and you have your audience for you. And that's something I feel like we always used to tell you, like, Maz, you're Maz. Like, everyone loves you. We say, we're like, Maz. We're like, M3, Maz. Like, everyone loves you. And so we're like, don't stress because you guys have built your followings as you, and that's more than enough.
You lot been the it girls. Still the it girls.
You guys have been
You lot been the it girls. Let's be real though.
What?
You lot been the it girls from before.
Adeola,
Come on.
Patronne, Mariam Musa.
M3 Maz. People don't know about M3 Maz. That's the thing.
And that's what helps us now, though. That's why I feel like a lot of things, not as easier for us. I guess it is a low-key easier compared to people just starting. But back in the day, before there was all this, like, you have to do this, you have to do that. We actually had people like us for our personality. So,
and you guys
Kind
still
of
have the
created a
personality. Yeah, exactly. You guys are the blueprint, like the blueprint even. Like, yeah, OGs in the game, man.
thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, next one.
Hi guys, listener from America. My dilemma is I've been married to my soulmate for 3 years, who's also in the armed forces, and 2 days ago, he told me that he wants to stay in for 14 more years. He's always gone back and forth on his decision to stay in or get out, but now that he's decided to stay in, he knows that we would have to do long distance, and he's already looking at moving out closer to work because we live an hour away. He says he'll still visit and we can FaceTime, but once he leaves, things will never be the same. So my question is, do I try to work things out because I love him, or do I face the facts and get out now?
Let me tell you something about me. I'm going where my man is going. I'm going. If I'm in love with someone, I'm going to go.
But
he's going to military.
He's going to military, though.
He's going to.
Isn't there a house next door?
No.
Then the countries do houses.
It's a top secret mission. They're not allowed to say where they're going.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, they might say the
14.
region or the country, but that's it. Oh my God, no,
Did you
I'm
say
sorry.
14 years?
And that's a long
14 years.
time.
That's
What's
too
our
long.
family
And
plan?
I would
what? I
try
can't-
though. I would try.
I wouldn't.
I'd like Tina.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
I'll try. But if it's a thing where it's like it's not working, I'd have to face it because you can't put your life on hold.
Yeah.
You
Your
actually can't.
soulmate.
That's
Do
your
you know how
soulmate.
hard it is
But
to
then, do
find
you know
your
what?
soulmate?
I'd question
There's
whether that's my
multiple-
soulmate.
yeah,
Because
there's multiple.
it's true. We're thinking about family plans. For you to make that decision, I don't think you thought of me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tell him again.
Because clearly the person is stressed about this. Yeah, pressed and stressed. So that means that this is not something they're comfortable with or something that they've really spoken about. 14 years is a long
14 years.
Would you visit your man in prison for 14 years?
Exactly.
Would you?
Would you?
14
And also,
years.
Yeah, I
like,
would,
you don't need to give up that much of your time, because I was even watching crime documentaries today, and the detectives, after a while, they'll be like, okay, I need to retire now because it's taking away time from my family. And it's like, it gets to a time when you're serving your country or serving like your job, which I guess is important. You also need to now make that decision to take time for yourself and the people you love.
And there's so much that comes with being in the military as well. There's so much like mental issues that
It's
can
also
come from
dangerous.
it.
Imagine
Very
knowing your man
dangerous.
is in the
Exactly. For
field.
14 years. I'm
Right.
scared every day.
Common boxing, some girls literally can't watch
Yeah, I
it. So
couldn't
imagine
exactly
knowing your
live with
man's
boxing.
14
No.
years. I'm scared for you every day.
Do you guys feel then that like, oh, not that you should be, but don't you think it's a bit selfish to kind of be in a committed relationship, like where you know your partner wants to spend time with you, wants to be around you, and then go to the military to serve your country? Do you think it's
Do you
selfish?
know what? I think, when you know your love. What's everyone's love language?
I'm
everyone-
all of them.
No, you need one. Just choose
No,
one. Just
two.
for,
Okay, I think
okay,
I can't
two.
do
Two.
one.
physical touch. I need to feel you.
And the next one.
Quality time and words of affirmation.
So
and then gift.
Oh, okay. The gifts have to come there. So everybody knows.
Mention that.
Yeah.
Mine's quality time and gifts.
Mine's quality time and
Okay, you can have one.
physical touch.
Is it?
Yeah, I think, actually it is, yeah.
Mine's quality time, words of affirmation.
Oh, I do like words of
But listen, every single one of us said quality time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're all very different.
Exactly.
Different walks of parts of life.
It's so true. In this
Exactly.
situation, we would all not be for it.
Because
Yeah.
I couldn't be with someone who I'm not gonna like spend a lot of the time. I need to see my person once, twice a week minimum.
Yeah, I want to see
You
how you
giving
are.
me-
Feel
you-
like, yeah.
Trust me, you
'Cause
giving
I
me
would think-
space
I would
doesn't
forget.
make my heart fonder.
No.
Yeah, there's
It'll make me wonder.
Yeah, honestly.
It'll make me wonder.
But what are you gonna say to this young man? To this young man, what's your?
I feel like he
sorry,
needs to think and really think about how he's found the last. How long has he been
3
doing
years.
it? 3 years.
Yeah.
If he can actually handle that again, and is he happy?
Yeah.
Forget that. Like,
Yeah.
I get you love them, but are you happy?
Yeah, and are you
Yeah.
going to be happy?
Yeah.
Like, long term.
Can you? Because he's settling at this point. Then can you settle? Is the
Yeah.
love? Is that soulmate? You got to ask your questions. That soulmate that deep that you can settle, and whatever connection you have is enough for the long distance,
And it will work for
and
that.
it'll work. And you have to be realistic.
All I've got to say is he can really trust his babes.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the
That's
one going
serious
into the
trust, you know.
military? Yeah, true.
14 years of trust.
means you trust
You
him,
know, when
though.
you think about the trust for 14 years, that's a lot in
That means you
itself.
trust him,
Yeah.
which is
But
good.
is there any way that you can compromise?
Compromise.
Like he can do like 7
7
years rather than
years,
14?
exactly.
Yeah,
Why
not even
14?
7, maybe just
No,
2.
guys, that's,
Wait, what?
That's,
How can you
yeah,
go from
that's
14
too long
to
for me.
Yeah, no, I think I think he
compromise.
has to give him an ultimatum.
Yeah.
They should
Yes.
even go on the ultimatum. Like,
Yes,
this is suggested.
yeah, it's giving ultimatum vibes.
Yeah, like
100%.
just be like, this is. I get this is what you want to do, but
Yeah.
What
I
about
can
what I wanna
compromise, and this
do?
is what I want. I could give you
That's
3
sad.
It has
more
to-
years.
They both have to be kind of in the middle because at the moment it's like
It's just on
One
one
side.
side.
It's quite one-sided.
Sorry,
Yeah.
man. Sorry to that man.
Sorry. That's our advice then, I guess.
Yeah.
It's time for Madness with Maz.
Okay, so now we're moving on to Madness with Maz, guys. So this is the part where, I don't know if you guys have heard or seen, where we find things on the TL that is a madness. And this one's crazy because it's kind of related to business. And as businesswomen, I want to know if you guys kind of get this concept. Okay, we had a tweet saying it gets worse, 1K for braids. So this is where it came from. It came from a small business owner, and she was basically advertising one of her services. And basically for small bohemian knotless braids, human hair, standard length for 12 hours, she's charging £1,000. And she shows a picture of it. It was all over Twitter. The blogs picked it up. And I wanted to know what you guys think of it from the aspect of, okay, it's her business. She can technically charge how much she wants. But obviously, who does braids? Mainly black women. So is that kind of exploiting, taking the mick when...
Oh wait, she wasn't black.
No, she's
She is black, but
Okay.
you know, like everyone has
market.
your target market.
Yeah.
That's her target market. When you know that there's others around charging way less than that, is she exploiting or is she just sticking to her niche and her business? Because that was what the people were going back and forth
Low
on.
key though, I think she knows her worth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I done braids the other day and that wasn't even that long and it wasn't human hair and I was in the chair for like 6 hours and my neck was falling. I was falling asleep. My bum was hurting and I was the one getting my hair done.
Yeah.
So I was thinking I couldn't even do this for someone. Like,
Yeah.
and it was my sister that done it. And I was like, how can you even do this hairstyle? Like, I would hate it. So I would have to get a good paycheck at the end of it. Like, even just working now, if a brand wants me to go to a shoot, I think, oh my God, I can't be there all day. Like, I think it's the same sort of level.
I think with me, it's like,
Especially if it's human. Is she providing the hair?
It's human hair.
And she's providing the
Oh,
hair.
let me
I
see
wonder how much the human hair costed. Then.
I think
knotless braids, human hair, standing length. So I think she does
Provide the
Can I
hair.
just-
sorry, but
Okay.
sorry.
Achieved using 100% hair.
Okay,
Everything,
and she's provided.
everything is provided for this
Yeah.
service. For
Okay.
longer length, please select.
Does she do it at home?
Add-on.
That yes, she does.
Does she do it at
I'm
home?
so happy you said that.
Because that's my
Yeah,
problem.
that's
Okay,
it.
tell
So
us.
my thing is, like I believe in luxury services and I believe in like, if you want to have a certain standard of service, But if I'm going to come to your house and I got to ring the buzzer and get upstairs and then upstairs I can hear someone stamping upstairs from the and there's a lot of going on.
Yeah.
It's not
£1,000
that's not a
is a lot
luxury.
of,
That's
it's not a
not a
luxury
luxury
service.
It has to be a whole
And
experience.
also, I can't lie, I need a facial as well.
And a comfortable chair.
Massage as well before you
Yeah,
start
do
the
you know-
break. Give me that.
I need like,
And she needs like them chairs. That can rest your neck properly as well, so you can even fall
So
asleep.
you guys, would you guys say that when you think of knotless normal braids, the actual labor time, because you're talking about experiences, right?
But I think it's also really important to deep that if you're doing that at your house, are you paying tax? Are you paying like the overhead? Like you're not paying certain
Do you have
things
an
that you
assistant
would
that's
exactly in
helping
the
you?
salon. But okay, if we break it down, it works out as around like let's say like £100 an hour. That's a lot. And so it depends.
You know, if you got the money and that's what you're on spending.
who your
and you say
clientele
you don't wanna
is.
Exactly.
go-
Clearly, I feel like clearly for her to put it so boldly, people pay.
Yeah,
But-
but you need to be able to back your price.
100%,
Like, don't
100%.
let people just be coming,
Exactly.
getting anyhow experience, and then you still want to charge
Exactly.
Can I ask you
Yeah.
guys a question? Have you guys ever been bumped when you know you shouldn't pay that
All
much?
the
And what for?
time.
Okay, give a prime example.
I need to tell the story of uni.
Talk
When
about
you went
it.
to go get your hair done, you never asked the auntie how much it was going
Go
to
on
cost.
then.
And then we had to go
Okay, what happened?
back your beef. Go on, tell them.
Oh no, okay. So I was getting my hair cane road, yeah. I think it was cane road.
I don't know what.
I can't remember what it was. I got my hair cane road and I didn't ask her how much it was going to cost because
You're like me and Ruby.
I just thought
You
it was
just
gonna cost-
assume
that is rough. It can't be.
Ruby and Mariam are the same people, by
Even
the
if
way.
it's like a little bit on the other side, fair enough. Say it's like £30. I'm expecting worst case scenario £50. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll think of, it's
Like,
about this.
Yeah,
like,
worst case scenario. But I didn't ask her. I did not ask her. When she told me the price, I said, take it off. I said, take it off. Wait, no, I didn't. We were beefing. And then I said, take it off. Because I said, that is extortionate. Like, I couldn't understand the price. So I called these lots to come.
We were ride or die. You know, when they call, you go.
You
Just
have
go.
to.
You go.
Regardless.
I
Whether
love
this is
that.
right or wrong, you go. You go.
Uni's
And
like
what
that.
did we do?
Though.
Did I
I love
pay?
that.
I don't think you paid how much they told you to
Yeah.
pay. You paid a cheaper amount.
Yeah,
But
'cause
I
I
remember
was-
that was, when you have to back the beef,
You have
but
to
you know
back
your friend's in the wrong.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you ask?
Yeah, no, straight. I should have asked. I should have asked, but I was so
What did you
flabbergasted.
say to her, the woman? What did you say?
No, I just said
You have to back it. You have to back it.
Me and
Yeah,
Ruby,
yeah,
you know, Ruby
you
gets
have to back
in. She gets
Yeah,
on
she
it
got
when
stuck
she
in.
needs to.
Ruby, that one, you'll get in.
Yeah, stacking. But
Big
yeah,
up
no,
Rumby.
but maybe this woman really believed in her sauce and the cane rose because she
she
said
had-
it
at
so
least she had a
boldly.
shop.
She did. This guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like £100 an hour roughly is a lot. But if she believes in her sauce, and I think also it depends on how much experience she has. If she, because there's some braiders who don't know hair.
And they
Like,
just-
the quality, the actual hair. Because I can't lie, when I got my hair done in Ghana, yeah, that's one of the best experiences I've had. Because the guy, he's had bare training all over the world and he knows hair texture and he has like a specific way he does every single different person's hair. So if this girl has done all her qualifications on like
Yeah.
follicles, because all that stuff is really important to make sure you don't get infection. If she's done all
But do
that,
you think that she told people to come with their hair blow dried?
she said everything's included. So it
Yeah.
better
Let me
not
even-
be.
she
Everyone should
said-
come with their hair dirty.
Everything is provided.
I think
So-
as long as you come with your hair clean,
Wash,
that's just
yeah, I
standard,
think-
Yeah, fine.
But
Not
your
blow
hair- I'm
dries.
not going with my hair clean. I'm gonna go with my hair like this.
This
in a
ain't no
weave.
wash and blow dry, girl. Oh, like you want her to take off the cane row as well.
She'll take everything off.
But deep it, like £1,000. When you think of what you can spend £1,000.
That's what I think
on,
of.
like,
But then you also have to
Yeah.
think of her. That's one day's work.
That's a
Yeah,
lot.
but it shouldn't take a
hours.
day. She could
But
actually
think
hire
about,
someone.
she could do two people's hair in a
and then
day.
think about it, like realistically. Think about hairdressers that do wigs, right? She's charging 1,000 for a day. Say she gets 3 clients a week. That's
You're
3,000.
making more than that.
Yeah,
more
you're
than
making
some of the
bare.
top.
No,
top
she's
percent.
living her best life. The thing is,
yeah.
I'm not shitting on her.
We
What
don't
she
know
does,
it.
big up herself because
Yeah.
she's able to find that clientele.
Absolutely.
But I think that
more life for
you
her.
know, other maybe younger girls who are seeing that and thinking
Don't-
maybe they might make that be their business model or they want that to be their business model.
Yeah.
I don't think you should aim for that unless you
can
know
back it
you've
up.
got at least 5 clients that are going to pay
Exactly.
you.
They're gonna pay.
Because it is kind of like the weave industry as well. That you know the vendors. You
Yeah.
can get the vendors.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
get but you've got the clientele that will spend £900
I think
on
it's
a wig.
It's about experience, about different things. Like if
Yeah.
this girl has like say 6 years worth of experience and she's like leveled up over the years. Like maybe she originally started off with £300. I think she did say that actually in the thread.
Yeah.
She said something like,
She started off at 3.
no, not 3, but she said she started off at a much lower price.
Probably £200. No, her
Which is
clients
still
are
a-
lit, man.
yeah.
She's good.
She
What
got
I'm saying is, if I had that £1,000 braids in, first of all, none of you not gonna talk to me. Second of all, yeah, I'll take my hair out and I'll put it in a bag nicely. And then when I go to my hair again, I'll go to the auntie this time.
You can't cut it.
I'll go to the auntie
You
and
have
I'll
to
be
go-
like, can you use this
Can
hair?
you use the same
Yeah,
hair?
yeah.
But then
It's
literally.
human hair, she says. It's
human, that must be quality.
Yeah, the girls are doing human hair braids now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had half human hair in my last braid.
Me too.
Luxury.
Me too. I really like
Game
sister did it
changer.
though, didn't she?
Yeah, but still with mixed with expressions.
Because when you have the length, you need expression. When you look this is, it's expensive.
No, but maybe
And you know when you want to go in the water and proper enjoy your holiday,
Yeah,
you don't want to
have
get
still-
it matty and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
it's true.
That's true.
Interesting. Can I ask you guys all 3 questions to round it off? We've all worked together. I think it's a good way to round it
Ooh,
off.
we
Maybe
have.
like a good thing from working our experience, and then something maybe we can improve on to have better relations moving forward. Because I believe you can always learn.
Can we also say one thing that we like about working with each
Yeah,
other?
yeah. It's like a
Okay.
yeah.
both
Because
things.
I like
Yes.
to get compliments, you know.
Yeah, I know. That was about to say.
I was thinking of
Every
I was
motive
thinking
I'm
of
with
you.
her, yeah,
That
I
was the
have
first
to
thing I was
tell
thinking
her.
of. Right.
So why don't we let's start off nice in what
Okay.
okay, for me.
And then a little bit of feedback.
Okay,
Wanna?
yeah.
Yeah,
Feedback
yeah,
first.
yeah,
Feedback
feedback
first.
to improve.
You want
Okay,
Something to improve.
End it on a high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, so I would just say, I'd say just to improve would be maybe you've already kind of said it. When you guys are communicating, just be very clear of like, this is what we are doing, this is what we can provide, this is what we can offer you, and I think that would just make things just easier so things don't overshadow. But I think other than that, like most things we've kind of like talked about, but that's a word of improvement. But I think you guys know that.
Yeah.
No, you're
Like
100% right.
knowing you're in
Yeah,
the lane.
I think it's the same.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
because
just
like telling me the feedback from the client, like just
Yeah.
don't protect me too much.
Yeah.
That was it really.
and then what?
That's
Oh,
good.
I think feedback.
no. I thought we were gonna do nice stuff, but give us that.
No,
Then
feedback.
we.
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay.
I'd say you are more than just influencers and content creators and talent. There's a reason why you have a podcast. There's a reason why your followers are growing and like all management companies want you guys. Let's be real with it. So you guys need to believe in your source a bit more and carry your personalities to everybody, not just to your management teams. You need to be networking and you need to be out there. And I'm talking to all talent, content creators, influencers. You need to be networking yourself.
I'm trying though. Remember when you lot met me?
Oh, you mean like when we first originally met you?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
networking
yeah.
wasn't even a thing for
True.
me.
You
Like,
just
yeah,
have to keep yourself to yourself. Yeah. So I think that's so important because you just never know what's going to happen in the next 5-10 years.
Yeah.
So you need to have a plan and like have your contacts, have your network,
Yeah.
and like build your next business or your next step.
Yeah.
Have it ready to go at all times, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah, for both of you. Yeah.
okay, now the good thing.
Good stuff. So one thing I'd say, I just feel like you guys are probably one of the most supportive management I've ever worked with, in the sense of really riding. Everything you guys do is with a purpose and you go far and beyond. And I feel like sometimes you probably don't hear it enough from us, but I've been so grateful, like sharing this journey with you guys. I'm gonna cry. Like I haven't been the easiest, I know, but honestly, I'm very grateful. And you guys have built me to who I am. Like you play such a big part of who I am, and like I will forever be grateful for you, all 3 of you, all of you lot. I love
We'll
you
always
guys.
be here, no matter what.
I would be here, don't worry. I might come and go, but I'll be back. The prodigal son.
Literally.
For real.
I think for me, I think I've always looked up to you guys. Like, I've always wanted to be part of the Vamp family. So to even be a part of it once upon a time is like a big flex for me. And I feel like to also be friends with you guys, you lot are really supportive.
What I'd say about, I'm gonna do separately.
Yeah, me too.
I think with you, Mariam, I feel like what I love about you as a friend is I think you're very forgiving, but I think you're still a very open person. You're just a fun person in general. I don't think I'd ever want to lose you as a friend, ever. That's the thing. I'd never want to lose you as a friend because I think you're very hardworking when, not even...
Just reaction. Just working right now.
You're a hardworking girl, and I think sometimes people only see hardworking when it comes to people who do 9 to 5. But you're a hardworking, creative person, and I think even if you weren't a content creator, people don't know in uni when you were going to Costa, working,
and
traveling.
I was doing the charity. I was knocking on doors on top of doing that. Like,
Mariam is a grafter. No matter what she's doing, she's a grafter, and I think I just love that about you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Agreed. I think, mine is that too. Like, you're definitely one of the most hardworking people I know. Like, when you want something, you'll go for it. And like, when you're in that mindset, you can be very confident, which can be very infectious as well. Like, it's just so nice to see you thrive. Like, there's definitely moments in your career that I've like looked at. You know when they tell you to take like a mental picture? I've got a couple moments with you where it's just like, like that's Maz. Like, that's the Maz that we want to see, where you're confident and I'm seeing where it all came from and like what it's led to. So like your confidence in how hardworking you are, like 100%.
What I say about you, Adeola, is
Adeola.
Adeola. Twin. I think you're a very confident, independent person, and I think it's going to take you a very long. It's going to take you far, and I think I really enjoy spending time with you. Why can't you make me do this? Okay, I really enjoy spending time with you, and I think your uniqueness about yourself is what's going to get you really, really far.
And for me, I think one, like, you're definitely one of the most talented creators I know, like by far. Like, I love watching. You used to say, like, do you actually watch my YouTube videos? I'm like, yes, we watch them.
Used to say that to
yeah,
me.
like, do you actually watch them? We're like, what? Because
even Baby Tolu watches you.
Yes, exactly. Because your YouTube videos are so great. Like, no one like edits like you. No one like has the concepts like the way you do. So you're so talented. And as Tina said, you're the it girl. Like, you've been in this game a long time, but you're the it girl and you're so creative, like so creative. And I think people underestimate like how smart and witty you are as well.
Yeah, I think
like you're so witty.
You're
people
hilarious.
don't like, you're proper fun. You're smart with it. And I feel like, as Tina said, you're unique. And I think your uniqueness is what's 100% gonna, like, it's got you here and it's gonna get you so far. Yeah, Adeola Patronne, baby.
Oh, thanks, guys. But can't wait to see us all at the top.
Yes. Amen. I love that.
Okay, guys. See you next Friday.
We thank you guys for having us on the It Girl podcast.
Yes.
Yes. I've been your Miss Unproblematic, Mariam Musa.
I've been your girl, Adeola Patronne.
And we've been the girls from Vamp. And Rumbi's been here in spirit.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, Peaches. Remember, you can listen to every episode of Pressed on the BBC Sounds and be the first to see more from us right here. Make sure you're subscribed to the BBC Sounds YouTube channel.